Hi strollers, today we are at Dean Grange Cemetery in Dublin. This is going back to the island visit in April. Today we're going to be visiting the grave of Sinead O'Conner. Sinead Marie Bernadette O'Connor, born the 8th of December 1966 in Dublin, in Ireland, and died on 26th of July 2023 in London. She was an Irish singer, songwriter, record producer, and activist. Her solo studio album, The Lion and the Cobra, was released in 1987 and achieved international chart success. Her 1990 album, I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got, was her biggest commercial success, selling over 7 million copies worldwide. Its lead single, Nothing Compared to You, was named the top world single of the year at the Billboard Awards. Sinead achieved chart success with Am I Not Your Girl in 1992 and Universal Mother in 1994, both certified gold in the UK, as well as Faith and Courage in 2000, certified gold in Australia, and Throw Down Your Arms in 2005 achieved gold status in Ireland. Her career encompassed songs for films, collaborations with numerous artists, and appearances with charity fundraising concerts. O'Connor's memoir, Remembrance, was released in 2021 and became a bestseller. Sinead drew attention to issues such as child abuse, human rights, racism, and women's rights. During a Saturday Night Live performance in 1992, nearly a decade before the world became fully aware of the prolific sexual abuse of children in the Catholic Church, she tore up a photograph of the Pope John Paul II to protest against the abuse, sparking controversy. Throughout her musical career, she openly discussed her spiritual journey, activism, social political viewpoints, her experiences with trauma and struggles with mental health. Having converted to Islam in 2018, she adopted the name. I'm not going to try and say it because I can't pronounce it, but I will write it down. I'd hate not to say it, or say it and get it wrong. While continuing to perform and record under her birth name, in 2024, Sinead was posthumously nominated for introduction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Sinead's first son, Jake, was born on 16th of June 1987. His father was music producer John Reynolds, who co-produced several of O'Connor's albums, including Universal Mother. O'Connor remarried Reynolds at Westminster Register Office in March 1989. She had an abortion the same year and later wrote the song My Special Child about the experience. The couple announced their plan to divorce in November 1991, after having been separated for some time. In September 1995, Sinead announced that she was pregnant by her friend and Irish columnist John Walters. Their daughter, Bridging, generally known as Rosie, was born on the 6th of March 1996. Soon after the birth, the pair began a long custody battle that ended in 1999 with O'Connor agreeing to let Rosie live with Walters in Dublin. In August 2000, O'Connor married the British journalist Nick Summerland in Wales. Their marriage ended after 11 months in July 2002, where they mutually agreed to part. By February 2003, the marriage was reportedly over and Summerland had moved back to his home in the United Kingdom. O'Connor gave birth to her third child, Shane, on the 10th of March 2004. His father was the Irish musician Donald Lonnie. Her fourth child, son Jeshua, was born on the 19th of December 2006, fathered by Frank Bonady. The pair remained on good terms after separating in 2007. O'Connor was married a third time on the 23rd of July 2010 to her long-life friend and collaborator Steve Cooney. They separated on March 2011. She was married a fourth time on the 9th of December 2011 to Irish therapist Barry Herridge. They wed in Las Vegas and the marriage ended after they had lived together for 7 days only. On the 3rd of January 2012, Sinead said that she had Herridge and reunited. In February 2014, she stated that she had not divorced and were planning to renew their wedding vows, but 2 weeks later they decided not to do so. Connor's first grandson was born on the 18th of July 2015 to her son Jake and his girlfriend. Connor's 17-year-old son Shane was found dead from suicide in January 2022. Sinead had lost custody of Shane in 2013, said that he'd recently been on suicide watch at Talbot Hospital. She criticised the health service executives for their handle of her son's case. A week after her son's death, O'Connor admitted herself to hospital to receive help for her own mental health struggles. Other relationships that Sinead had started when she had a relationship with her manager immediately after her marriage to John Reynolds and during the tour of the Lion and the Cobra. The extra-conjugal relationship ended in 1989 when O'Connor discovered that he was secretly having an affair with another woman. This experience is reflected in O'Connor's song, The Last Day of Our Acquaintance. Also, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers claimed he had a relationship with Sinead O'Connor and wrote the song I Could Have Lied about the experience. O'Connor denied this, saying, I never had a relationship with him ever. I hung out with him a few times, and the rows we had was because he suggested we might become involved. I don't give a shit about the songs he wrote. Between 1992 and 1993, O'Connor had an affair with British singer Peter Gabriel, who she accompanied on the Secret World Tour in May 1993 and at 1993 MTV Awards in September. In October 1993, Sinead O'Connor, at the age of 27, said she had attempted to suicide, overdosing on sleeping pills, as a reaction to Peter Gabriel's refusal to make their relationship permanent. This experience inspired her to write Thank You for Healing Me. In 2014, O'Connor said she didn't get on at all with Prince, the writer of Nothing Compared to You. According to O'Connor, Prince demanded she visit him at his home, then chastised her for swearing in interviews, so she told him to fuck off. In which point, Prince became violent and she fled. In her memoir, O'Connor gave some details of Prince's behaviour, which ranged from having his butler serve up soup despite her repeatedly refusing it, to suggesting a pillow fight, then hitting her with a hard object placed in a pillowcase and stalking her with his car after she'd left the mansion. In the early 2000s, Sinead revealed she was suffering from fibromyalgia. The pain and fatigue she experienced caused her to take a break from music from 2003 to 2005. On an episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show, broadcast on the 4th of October 2007, Sinead disclosed that she had attempted suicide on her 33rd birthday, 8th of December 1999, and that she had since been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. In August 2015, she announced that she was undergoing hysterectomy after suffering gastro problems for over 3 years. She later blamed the hospital's refusal to administer hormone replacement therapy after the operation as the main reason for her mental health issues. In subsequent years, stating, I was flung into surgical menopause. Hormones were everywhere. I became very suicidal. It was a blanket case. A cannabis smoker for 30 years, O'Connor went to a rehabilitation centre in 2016 to end her addiction. She stated in February 2020 that she was agoraphobic and she'd also previously been diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder and borderline personal disorder. In August 2017, O'Connor posted a 12-minute video on her Facebook page in which she stated she had felt alone since losing custody of her 13-year-old son Shane, and that for the previous 2 years she had wanted to kill herself, with only her doctor and physician keeping her alive. A month after her Facebook post, O'Connor appeared on the 16th season debut episode of American television's talk show Dr. Phil. According to the show's host, Phil McGraw, Sinead wanted to do the interview because she wished to uh, determinise mental illness, noting the prevalence of mental health problems amongst young musicians. In 2021, O'Connor commented that she had spent much of her last 6 years in St Patrick's University Hospital in Dublin, and that she was grateful for them for helping her stay alive. Sinead died on the 26th of July 2023 in her flat in Herne Hill, South London, at the age of 56. The death certificate stated her cause of death as chronic obstruction pulmonary disease and bronchial asthma, together with low-grade lower respiratory tract infection, and the coroner said she died of natural causes. A private funeral was held on the 8th of August in Bray, County Wicklow. It was attended by the President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins, and O'Connor's family invited the public to pay their respects at the seafront where the funeral cortege passed. Thousands attended, bearing signs and tributes. Her burial was held privately at Dean Grange Cemetery in Dublin.